3 hours later, the crisis has cooled from explosive confrontation to awkward détente. The three of them sit in the Star Yacht's lounge. Valoria curled possessively against Elias's side while Lyral maintains careful distance on an opposite couch, sipping luminescent tea. "I suppose," Lyral says slowly, "I should explain the twin bond more thoroughly. Clearly, our wedding preparation lectures were insufficient." Valoria snorts. "Because you were so eager to discuss intimate anatomy with my soon-to-be husband? Because you were too busy being insufferably in love to pay attention." Lyral fires back, but there's less venom now, almost fondness. The twin bond isn't just emotional resonance. During convergence, we share sensory input completely. Touch, pleasure, even spatial awareness. It's why twins often meditate together. The doubling of consciousness is considered spiritually enlightening. Elias nods, processing. "So when I touched Valoria during convergence, you felt it directly?" "More than felt. Experienced." Lyral's purple cheeks darken. "Which is precisely why twins establish strict boundaries about intimate activities during sacred nights. You two, however, seem determined to ignore thousand-year-old protocols." "Nobody told me." Valoria protests. "Mother said the convergence was romantic, perfect for newlyweds. She didn't mention the sensory sharing reached that level." Lyral's eyes widen with sudden realization. "Oh gods, Mother doesn't know, does she? About you and Elias being active. During convergence?" A beat of silence. Then both sisters look at each other and simultaneously burst into laughter, genuine, uncontrolled laughter that makes Elias blink in surprise. They sound almost identical when they laugh, musical and bright. "Can you imagine," Valoria gasps between giggles, "Mother's face if we told her? She'd have a diplomatic incident. She'd probably blame human corruption of proper Ilari decorum," Lyral adds, wiping tears from her eyes. "As if you needed any help being improper, sister," says the one who once telekinetically launched the Archon's toupee into orbit. They dissolve into shared memories, twin bond glowing warmly as their earlier fury transforms into the deep connection only siblings know. Watching them, Elias feels his chest tighten with affection. This is the Valoria he fell in love with. Unguarded and radiant. Eventually, Valoria sobers, turning to face him fully. "I'm sorry I threatened to disassemble you molecularly." "I'm sorry I was an oblivious idiot," Elias counters. "You're my oblivious idiot," she corrects, possessive pride returning. Then, hesitantly, she glances at Lyral. "And I'm sorry I screamed at you. You didn't ask for any of this." Lyral inclines her head gracefully. "Apology accepted. Though, Elias, you should know your wife's jealousy comes from deep love. We Ilari bond intensely, and she's bonded to you completely." "I know," Elias says softly, pulling Valoria closer. "And I love her for it. Possessiveness and all." Valoria's golden eyes shimmer. "Good, because you're stuck with me, Captain, forever." The next evening, as the twin moons finally separate in their orbits, Elias asks both sisters to meet him in the observation deck. When they arrive, they find the space transformed human-style candles safely contained in force fields, creating warm light. Earth flowers he must have grown in hydroponics scattered artfully, and a small table set with Ilari ceremonial items. "What is this?" Valoria breathes, her hand finding his automatically. "A human tradition," Elias explains, nervous but determined. "And an Ilari one, adapted. I've spent today researching proper protocols with Dr. Korath and your cultural database. I want to formally apologize to Lyral and reaffirm my bond to you, Valoria, in a way that honors both our peoples." He guides them to sit, then kneels before Lyral first, pressing his fist to his heart in the Ilari gesture of profound respect. "Princess Lyral, I violated sacred space through ignorance, not malice, but the harm was real. I offer you deepest apology and request your blessing to continue my bond with your twin, promising to honor all Elari customs going forward." Lyral, clearly moved, touches his shoulder. "You are surprisingly thoughtful for a human. My blessing is freely given, Captain. Love my sister well, she deserves nothing less." Then Elias turns to Veloria, producing a small crystal from his pocket, an earth diamond, perfectly cut, glowing softly. "Among humans, we give symbols of eternal commitment. This stone is carbon, compressed under immense pressure over millions of years. Like us, different species, different worlds, forged together by time and pressure into something unbreakable." Valoria's eyes fill with tears. Elias ... "You are my heart, my home, my everything," he continues, voice rough with emotion. "I don't just love you despite your jealousy and possessiveness, I love you because of it. Because you feel so deeply, love so fiercely. You make me want to be worthy of that intensity." He slides the diamond onto her finger, then pulls her close, foreheads touching as their telepathic bond flares brilliantly. Through it, he projects every moment he's cherished, her laugh, her passion, her vulnerability, his absolute devotion. "Only you," he whispers. "Always you." Veloria kisses him then, deep and claiming, while Lyral tactfully examines the nebula view, smiling softly. When they finally part, Veloria whispers against his lips, "You magnificent, oblivious, perfect human. How did I get so lucky?" "Pretty sure I'm the lucky one," Elias grins. "I got the most beautiful, fierce, terrifyingly powerful woman in the galaxy to love me back." "Damn right you did." She laughs, then glances at Lyral. "Sister, thank you for understanding." "Thank you," Lyral replies warmly, "for showing me what true bonding looks like. Perhaps I'll find my own oblivious human someday." As the celestial aurora sails deeper into starlight, the three of them stand together, proof that humans, with their adaptability and emotional courage, truly are the galaxy's most remarkable species, especially in matters of the heart, even when they accidentally explore the wrong holes. The story opens aboard the celestial aurora, a magnificent star yacht gliding through the Veil Nebula. Captain Elias Thorne stands on the observation deck, watching binary stars paint the void in amber and violet. Behind him, delicate arms wrap around his waist his wife, Lady Veloria, her deep purple skin seeming to absorb and reflect the starlight, her blonde hair cascading like liquid gold down her back. They've been married 3 standard months. A union that shocked the galactic concord. Humans were still newcomers, barely a century into interstellar society. Yet here was an Ilari, Noblewoman, one of the galaxy's most ancient and refined species, bound to a primitive human explorer. But Veloria never saw him as primitive. She saw passion, warmth, a beautiful intensity her people had long forgotten in their millennia of telepathic refinement. "My heart twin," she whispers, using the Alari endearment that makes Elias's chest tighten with emotion. Her luminous golden eyes meet his, swirling with colors only he seems to make appear. "Do you know what tonight is?" Elias grins, turning in her embrace. "How could I forget? The night of twin convergence, when both moons align over your homeworld." He'd studied Ilari astronomy obsessively since their wedding, wanting to honor every tradition. And do you know what tradition demands? Valoria's voice drops to a sultry purr, her fingers trailing down his chest. The telepathic bond they share forged during their wedding ceremony pulses with her desire, making his breath catch. "I have some ideas," he murmurs, capturing her lips in a kiss that she returns with fierce hunger. Her people valued restraint, elegance, control, but with him, Veloria was gloriously unrestrained. She leads him to their royal quarters, a chamber of flowing silks and bioluminescent crystals that respond to emotional resonance. As they enter, the crystals glow deep crimson passion. Veloria's hands work at his uniform with practiced ease while he marvels, as always, at her otherworldly beauty, the elegant curve of her neck, the way her purple skin seems to shimmer, the athletic grace of her tall form. "You are mine," she breathes against his ear, possessive and absolute. "My human, my captain, my everything." "Always," Elias promises, lifting her easily despite her height advantage. She laughs, delighted by his human strength. Wrapping her long legs around him, the telepathic bond flares as their intimacy deepens. Emotions cascading between them, her fierce love, his awed devotion, shared pleasure amplifying through their connection. Neither notices the subtle glow from the adjoining meditation chamber where Lyral sits in deep trance. Connected to her twin through the ancient sibling bond all Ilari twins share, neither realizes that tonight, during this sacred convergence, that bond runs stronger than ever. Neither suspects the hilarious catastrophe about to unfold. The royal quarters pulse with soft light as Elias and Veloria's passion builds. She guides his hands across her body, teaching him the sensitive points unique to Ilari physiology, the constellation of nerve clusters along her spine that make her gasp, the spot behind her pointed ears that makes her telepathic shields falter deliciously. "Here," she whispers, moving his hand lower, her golden eyes half lidded with desire. "The sacred bonding portal. Only for you, my love." Elias has learned much about Ilari anatomy in 3 months, but certain intricacies still confuse him in the heat of passion. The dim lighting, the similar positioning of certain anatomical features, the way Veloria's telepathic emotions flood his senses, all conspire against his human perception. He shifts position, guided by what he believes is her encouragement through their bond. The pleasure emotions cascading through their connection seem to intensify, and he takes this as confirmation he's doing everything right. Veloria arches beneath him, their bond singing with sensation, but something feels different. The telepathic feedback seems doubled somehow, echoing strangely. Before he can process this, Veloria's body suddenly goes rigid. "Elias, Elias." Her voice cracks through the haze of passion, no longer sultry but sharp with alarm. "What are you?" She twists to look, her golden eyes flaring wide with comprehension and horror. "Wrong hole. Darling, that's hers." "What?" Elias freezes, completely baffled. "Whose? What are you?" The wall separating their chamber from the meditation room suddenly dissolves apparently. Ilari architecture responds to extreme emotional states. Princess Lyral stands there, identical to Veloria in every physical detail. Her deep purple skin flushed darker, her blonde hair disheveled from meditation, her golden eyes blazing with shock and indignation. "What is happening?" Lyral demands, clutching her meditation robes. Understanding crashes over Elias like a tidal wave of mortification. The twin bond, the sensory sharing, the anatomical ... "Oh gods, I can explain." He stammers, scrambling away from Veloria, who has gone from confused to absolutely livid in approximately 2 seconds. "You can explain?" Veloria's voice rises to a pitch that makes the bioluminescent crystals shatter. "You were literally with my sisters." She can't even finish, torn between outrage and horror. Purple energy crackles around her fingers, telekinesis fueled by pure jealous fury. "I didn't know." Elias protests, hands raised in surrender. "You said the sacred portal." "I thought the telepathy was so intense. Because you were stimulating her through our twin bond, you magnificent idiot." Veloria shrieks. A silk robe flies past his head, propelled by telekinetic rage. Lyral, recovering from her shock, points an accusing finger. This is a sacred violation. The twin bond during convergence is meant for spiritual communion, not. Her purple cheeks darken further. Not that? I am going to kill him, Veloria announces, perfectly calm now in a way that terrifies Elias more than her screaming. Slowly, painfully, perhaps I'll telekinetically disassemble him molecule by molecule. The Celestial Aurora's medical bay has seen many interspecies mishaps. But ship physician Dr. Korath, a philosophical insectoid, has never quite encountered anything like this. He clicks his mandibles thoughtfully while examining the three individuals before him. One mortified human, and two furious identical Ilari noblewomen. Let me understand, Dr. Korath says slowly. During the twin convergence, when the sibling bond runs strongest, Captain Thorne accidentally stimulated Princess Lyral's neural pathways through Lady Veloria's physical form, which the twin bond interpreted as direct contact. Don't make it sound clinical. Veloria snaps, pacing like a caged predator. Her blonde hair whips around her shoulders, and her golden eyes keep flashing to Elias with a mixture of fury and something more vulnerable betrayal. He touched what belongs to me while connected to my sister. Technically, Lyral corrects icily, perched on an examination table with rigid dignity, he touched what belongs to me through channels that should have been yours. The distinction matters in Ilari custom law. Oh, wonderful. Veloria throws her hands up, telekinetic energy making medical instruments rattle. So now you're claiming ownership of my husband's attention? I claim nothing. I was meditating. Lyral's composure cracks. Do you think I wanted to experience? She gestures wildly, unable to finish. Elias, sitting on a chair with his head in his hands, finally speaks. I am so sorry. To both of you. I swear I had no idea the twin bond worked like that during convergence. Veloria, you have to believe me, I love only you. I would never intentionally? Veloria whirls on him, her voice breaking. That's supposed to comfort me? That my husband is simply ignorant of basic Ilari physiology after 3 months of marriage? The accusation stings because it's partially fair. Elias has tried to learn, but Ilari biology is complex, their customs intricate. He stands, approaching her carefully. You're right. I should have studied harder, asked more questions. But Veloria, look at me. She resists at first, arms crossed, but he gently turns her face toward his. Those golden eyes shimmer with unshed tears, possessive, hurt, jealous tears that somehow make her even more beautiful. I chose you, Elias says quietly. Out of an entire galaxy of possibilities I chose you. Not because you're Ilari or noble or telepathic. Because you're you, passionate, fierce, mine, as much as I'm yours. Veloria's lower lip trembles. You made me feel your desire for her through our bond. No, he corrects gently. You felt my desire for you, accidentally rooted through systems I didn't understand. There's no her. There's only you. Dr. Korath clicks approvingly. The human makes a salient point. Intent matters in bonding law. Lyral, watching this exchange, feels her own anger cooling into something uncomfortably close to sympathy. She spent centuries studying while her twin found love, and witnessing their genuine connection, messy and confused as it is, stirs something wistful in her chest.